Hello and welcome back to everyone, and to another edition of AEW Dynamite Out. Just 1 week after successfully challenging for the World Championship, Darby Allin found himself with his first title defence against Tommaso Ciampa, and there was much more on this show, including Samoa Joe's return to action and Will Ospreay taking on Mark Davis. But we start things off with a video recapping the events of last week before MJF came down to the ring. We thought it might be Adam, but no, it was the former champ. He told the truck to cut his music and called was clearing a bad move. He called last week the Seattle screw job, tasked his win over Omega and said it was unfair he had to defend his title so quickly. He called out Adam and said he needs to return his world title immediately. Instead of the new challenge, he got TNT champ Kevin Knight instead. He said he had MJF beat in their last match. And should have 2 belts right now. They traded insults for a few minutes before Mike challenged into a match. MJF said he would do it if he put the title on the line when the Jet accepted. Just when the contest would start, MJF rolled out the ring, so it happened next week instead. A decent promo segment, but it went on longer than necessary. AEW is usually good at keeping talking segments short and sweet, but this one could have been half as long and accomplished the same thing. The first match of the night was Brody King and Leo Rush, 2 very different types of wrestlers. Not only different styles and wrestling style, but the latter has also adopted a new gimmick that some have compared to the Golem from Lord of the Rings. Kingsley yanked Rush out of the corner as the match was taking to himself. Rush circled the big man and offered his hand. Mike grabbed him and refused to let go, so Rush bit him until he did. Rush managed to use Kingsley against him at ringside and sent him into the ring post and barricade to cut to a break. A fun clash of styles, but ended seemingly sense-staying. King won decisively with his finisher, but Rush put up a good fight to make it fun. I'm going to 6 out of 10. Next up, it was 2 of the best Japanese wrestlers come for AEW, with Shida taking on Shirakawa. Their lack of experience working together may have led to a couple of moments didn't add, but they tried to make up for that with their intensity. The second half picked up quite a bit and turned it into an enjoyable counter. And even though AEW has been teasing the possibility of Shida turning heel, she worked a clean match and ended up scoring the ring thanks to a little accidental help from Chris Statlander at ringside. Yeah, what was a pretty fun move. I still think a heel Shida would be an interesting prospect. So yeah, I'm going to 6 out of 10. Moving on into the former Friends and United Empire allies meeting as Ospreay took on Davis. Ospreay charged as soon as the bell rang, but the big man didn't budge and sent the high flyer out of the ring. He followed and crashed into Ospreay to send him into the barricade. For the first few minutes, this was all Davis dominating the action and tried to do more than just beat Ospreay. He was trying to hurt him, but he managed to escape near the stage and hit a big dive to send him into a break. These 2 men have known each other for years, and you can see that familiarity with how they work. This is entertaining all the way through, and both men shined. Ospreay continued to sell his injured neck like an underdog. In fact, it led to the match ending by order Doctor ringside. He determined Ospreay can continue. This was an interesting way to end the match. It allows Ospreay to continue selling his neck while Davis picks up his biggest singles win today. Davis pulled back into the ring, but surprisingly Death Rider showed up and stopped him, dragging Ospreay out of the ring and through the crowd. Yeah, I think it's a good 7 out of 10 for me. I think it's a good angle, really helps Davis. I mean, Ospreay, he's still got that excuse for a neck injury, but yeah, I think it makes Davis look good more importantly. I'm going to 7 out of 10. Samoa Joe then returned for his first match in months, taking on local talent named Cody Chun. There wasn't much to say here. Joe let him get a few shots before he dismantled him while the crowd cheered. He finished the match with his signature muscle buster. The only way this could have been more of a squash is if Joe didn't play with him at the beginning. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's good to see Joe back, and Hook greeted him on the stage after, which is interesting. But yeah, 5 out of 10. Darby Allin then came out to give his first promo as world champion before he had his first title defence against Ciampa. It didn't take long for MJF to interrupt him. Allin told him to go away before Ciampa made his entrance. As soon as the ref called for the bell, and Psycho got a corner to the new champion and unloading him. Allin hit a dropkick and tried to end it early with a coffin drop, but Ciampa rolled out of the ring. The challenger took control before the break, and he was still in the driver's seat when he returned. To say these two took each other to the limit would be an understatement. This was a very physical encounter and will likely leave both men with a few bruises. Ciampa ended up wearing a crimson mask, but it never slowed down. He came close to winning the belt several times, but Allin was not that sleazy a week after winning. He applied the shooter, but Allin reversing to a scorpion deathlock for the win. Like I say, a fun first title defence. We obviously knew what was going to happen, but you know, it was a fun match, and that's an 8 out of 10 from me. And overall, Dynamite this week gets a 6 from me. It may not go down as one of the best episodes of the year, but had high points and was entertaining. Ospreay and Davis had a really good match. Shida and Shirakawa had their first match ever. However, nothing came close to matching the physicality or intensity of the main event between Ciampa and Allin. Both men came into this looking to impress, and they definitely achieved that goal. King came out to challenge Allin to a world title match next week. Allin shook his hand with double or nothing a month away. AEW has plenty of time to make it must-see without kind of rushing into it. So yeah, good stuff.
That's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, follow us on our socials, link in the description below for daily wrestling news, meme and content. Subscribe to our other channels on screen right now, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.